Yeah, I think we're live. Chat, are we live? I think we are live. Yeah, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with the new stream, and that is right, we are live on this beautiful March 25th, 2025. I hope everyone's having a great day, and we're joined by MAGA Mao and John Rose, the usual suspects.
God
Hello,
bless
hello.
El Carbo.
What?
I don't know. He's doing stuff. He had another papist roundtable last night. I couldn't make it. If you're watching this, I'm sorry for not making it, El Carbo.
Alright, everybody, so we have a lot to talk about today. It's about the whole, I know the title of the stream is Trump's administration, a major scandal. Everyone knows I'm talking about, hopefully. But I will admit that it's not really a scandal. The more you look into it, it's kind of just, I have to put a title like that. But, yeah, so a lot to get to today, but before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, and if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chat's the best way your questions answered. And alright, everybody. So, should we talk with the... What do we even call this? Like, it's not, it's like Watergate 2.0, that's what they're trying to make it as. You know,
Watergate 2.0.
that's what some people are saying, that this is Watergate 2.0.
It's the GC. It's GC Gates 2025.
GC, that's actually a good one.
GC Gate.
Alright, so, for those that live under a rock, let me pull this up. Let's see. Gotta pull up what the Atlantic, which again, the Atlantic's a dumpster fire, so I wouldn't really put too much
love
credit.
the Atlantic.
What do you mean by that?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Alright. USA Infernal has joined the channel. Thank you so much, good sir. So, this is a headline. I don't got the actual article pulled up. American Nerd for 2. Is Trump going to fire Waltz for this? No. I think he should. I think Waltz is bad, but he's not going to. But alright, so this was a headline. The Trump administration accidentally texted me its war plans. And it's from our good old friend, Jeffrey Goldberg. And I think most people know who this guy is. For those that don't, he might be the biggest liar, the biggest scumbag, like, you can meet. Well, I should say meet, but, like, in the media.
He's the losers and suckers guy
Yeah,
for people.
this guy is a serial liar. Has this guy ever told the truth for anything? I mean,
Well, actually, it's interesting that you bring that up because I think someone pointed out, like all the way back 20 years ago, 20-something years ago, he was actually part of the push to go into Iraq, actually. He was part of the WMD.
oh, that's right! I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so he's been doing this for 20 years. And by the way,
Yep.
for those wondering, this guy's like, this guy's the editor at the Atlantic. So it's already a pretty bad newspaper. It's a very bad magazine. No one cares. But they do this shit every year where they have some, like, bullshit, news report like this, like, the Trump administration is a scandal. And, yeah. So, Jeffrey Goldberg, he's a serial liar. He has never told the truth for anything. And he was claiming yesterday that he was a part of a group chat that included Pete Hegseth, Vance, Rubio, Waltz. Who else was in there? Few others.
Well, there was someone named TG, but Tulsi refused. But I think it's pretty obvious that it's Tulsi.
Yeah.
There was, I think, Michael Watkin or someone
Yeah,
like that.
it basically all the foreign policy people. People in, like, the,
Michael Watkins, that Haley supporting kid on Twitter.
oh,
I don't think that
gosh. K
Or,
Comfort.
I think it's Waltz. I was
Yeah, it
getting
was
his
Tim
last name
Waltz.
mixed up.
Not Tim Waltz. It was Mike Waltz.
Tim Waltz.
Yeah, Tim Waltz was
in the
there.
group chat.
Yeah.
group chat. It's
All
so
right.
true.
Stephen Miller was there, I think, too. K Cup for 5. Trump equals mustache man. January 6th equals worse since World War II. Trump winning equals overthrow of a republic, but democracy. Group chat equals Watergate 2. Basically. Puerto Rico, 51 for 7. Ripped a meal love, and I predicted conservatives win by 1.5%. So, yeah, that's the chat for Mia Love. We talked about that yesterday. She died.
I'm gonna run and get some gas real quick. Give me a sec.
But yeah, so as for the conservatives in Canada, it looks like they're starting to rebound a little bit.
Yeah, they are.
So hopefully we win. Or I should say we, it's more... Hopefully Canada just wakes up and picks the better option, but I still have my doubts. Still have my doubts. But alright, so let's talk about the actual scandal. So, for those that don't know, it included all those people, Rubio, Vance, etc. And it was a group chat, which the name was like something hilarious. It was like the PC, like, what was it, like Yemen something? I don't know. It's like it's a funny meme and stuff, but apparently, according to Jeffrey Goldberg, he was added to this chat accidentally by, I think it was Mike Waltz, he said. Which,
Something like that, yeah.
why is Mike Waltz adding Jeffrey Goldberg? Why? Why is he talking to that guy?
Not sure, but again, something that needs to be deeply investigated, and understood. You know, if it, this is the kind of thing where like honest mistakes sometimes aren't justified depending on what context it is, but it also looks like that the Trump administration is trying to downplay the content of the
Yeah.
text, saying, well, there's no real war plans in here.
Yeah,
There's
I was
nothing
going to get to that because
confidential.
this is the big stink. All right, guys, let's be clear about one thing. The problem is not the group chat. Now, Democrats want to make it, oh, they have a group chat. No one cares. The big stink is Jeffrey Goldberg. He was claiming without any evidence, yeah, I was seeing classified information talk to this app, you know. I was seeing war plans being discussed, which is a big no-no. Right, that's not good to have that. Which, that was a big stink. That's why Democrats were asking for Hegseth to resign and stuff. But here's a problem. There's no evidence that any classified information was sent. There's none. There's not a single screenshot, nothing. And I know people are to say, well, he can't share that, obviously. But if this was real, couldn't he just blur it out? Like, could he just blur out the sensitive stuff? If this was so bad, that why couldn't he just black it out and then share it for the world to see? I don't get why. Like, I don't get, like, why couldn't you do that? Or better yet, why did he stay in the group? Why? If he knew he wasn't supposed to be there and he's this honest journalist, why the hell did he stay? Because this doesn't make any sense. Why would you stay if you know you're not supposed to be here? And instead, you hold on to the information and you release it 2 weeks later. It's just Jeffrey Goldberg's a scumbag.
He's a scumbag, and he's really oh, go ahead. You're gonna read super chat.
Yeah, simple logic for 5. Why do I feel this reporter got into the chat not by accident? But why do I feel we might see him in the hot seat in the future? We'll see. American Nerd for 3. Did Goldberg use a different username or something? I heard one theory was that there is someone in the Trump administration that has a similar name, I think. And Walt's like,
back.
But yeah, so yeah, so Jeffrey Goldberg, he was in the group chat, and he claims that they were discussing war plans, which, again, that's not good. Well, guess what? Guess what the people in the group chat said? They're denying this. And under oath, by the way, Tulsi Gabbard, under oath, right? She went to the shitty committee hearing, and she said no classified information was sent in this group chat. Which, if that's the case, what's the point? Why the hell are we talking about this if there's no classified information? What's the point? Who cares? They have a group chat. Good job.
Democrats are at like a really low approval rating, and they need literally anything to try and make
True.
the Trump administration less popular.
I
Literally
guess.
anything. Grasping for straws. That could be a phrase you use for this.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. They're grasping for straws. They need something. And now, oh god, this is Russiagate 2.0. Oh my gosh, I just realized that. This is going to be Russiagate 2.0. And of course, it was Jeffrey Goldberg.
Jeffrey Goldberg. And
they want it to be like that, but I think Congress in this situation is a lot less willing to entertain the circus show that the Democrats want to put on.
Fair.
And like that's like the main like advantage Trump has over the first term is that it's been so decisively accepted that the American public likes Trump more than the Congress, even the Republican Congress. He's just overall liked more, in some cases liked twice as much, depending on which figures you're looking at. And like that's the whole thing is like if they want to waste more time, then they're just going to have the entire party base revolt against them, against anyone who participates in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, you have to understand, like there's significant pressure. Even the people that have been dissenting, the very small number of people that have been dissenting this administration, they have all expressed genuine anxiety over the political pressure they've been exposed to by opposing Trump. So Yeah, no, just Dems aren't going to get away with it. They want to get away with it. They're not going to get away with it, and it's just a really dumb waste of everybody's time.
Yeah, so again, the group chat, the whole stink is about the classified stuff, but everyone is saying there's none in it. There's no classified information, and apparently you read in between the lines what Goldberg was saying. Like, I cannot confirm this because listen, I'm not giving any support to the Atlantic. I give them no money, nothing. But apparently in the article he says that Vance and them, they said, all right, we gotta go to a different chat to talk about like some more classified stuff or something. Which, if that's the case where they said that, it's like, yeah, we gotta go to like a secure channel or we gotta go like to in person or whatever. Jeffrey Goldberg's a liar then. Because why, first of all, why the hell would they talk about that? Why would they explicitly say, yeah, we gotta go to a different chat? It sounds like that's what happened. That's what it sounds like he said, that like they have to go to a different chat, and that's why I didn't see anything. I don't know, this whole thing's just stupid, but we have to talk about it because everyone's going crazy over it. So John Willard,
I mean,
what?
It's interesting to like parse out as like kind of seeing the guts of how communication happens inside of our administration. My guess is that they have more public group chats to discuss broad strokes of things so that everybody else in the administration, if they're like cornered by a reporter or go on a news station, like they can vaguely explain what's going on. And then they like jump into the secure channels to talk about the actual
Yeah.
confidential stuff. So it's interesting, at least like from like a I'm curious about how the government functions perspective.
Yeah, that's what I think happened here. I think Jeffrey Goldberg, he does this shit all the time. What he does is he posts like something that's kind of true at the start, and then he goes off the freaking rails and says,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, by the way, I don't have any screenshots. I can't support this at all. But I totally saw them talking about classified information. I knew they were gonna bomb Yemen. It's like, first of all, just because they said there's gonna be an operation, that doesn't mean classified information was sent. That's the first thing. It's like, just because they're saying, oh yeah, something might happen in 2 hours, that doesn't mean like, oh yeah, I knew exactly what was gonna happen.
Rap, why are you gonna bomb Yemen?
Oh gosh. All right, John Willard for 2, unacceptable. Trump needs to resign. Thanks for the super chat. Simple logic for 5. Democrats, this is a huge threat to our national security. Also Democrats, so what the POTUS had a mental decline. Who else has the nuclear codes? That's real.
The group chat got leaked. The president has to resign.
Yeah. Eric for 5, Trump shouldn't have put all of his eggs in the Florida basket. Walton and Bondi were the picks I was most hesitant about. Yeah, those are the 2 picks that I had big questions about, and Bondi, again, I've not been a fan of. Like, I know that she can't do everything right now, I get that, but still. Mike for 5, what JD say in the group chat makes me like him more. He gave a genuinely reality check and about thinking twice before potentially starting another pointless war. Well, that's another thing. It's like, it made Vance like say it showed Vance in a good light. He's like saying, hey, maybe we gotta make sure this is a good idea. Not just like bomb it because we can. We gotta make sure this is a good idea, make sure it's thought out good. Which I don't know why people are attacking him for that. I think this is common sense, but
Yeah, it's like it's showing exactly he is the person that he portrays himself as. He in private, he's like, number 1, I don't want to randomly bomb people. Number 2, I don't want to do stuff that costs money to Europe for free. Like I don't want to do Europe a big favor and then get nothing in return because that's the way that American foreign policy has worked up until today, and we want to be different.
yeah.
So he's literally the person who he shows himself to be in real life.
Well, there's some
in
dumbasses
public.
on Twitter. They're saying, "Oh, JD Vance is shit talking Trump." That's what they were calling. These people are so dumb. That's what they got out of this. Old Vance was saying was, "Hey, we gotta make sure this is a good idea. We gotta make sure this is a good idea." It's not him shit talking. That's just having a conversation, having a civil discussion about what we should do. It's not shit talking anybody.
Yeah, did you know that the whole point of having a cabinet is to get different perspectives and for not everything to just be a massive hive mind? You know, that's kind of the point of there being a cabinet and not just having like a dictator, you know?
Well, these people on Twitter are so dumb. They really believe that it is these same people, by the way, call anyone else that supports Trump a cultist. But at the same time, they're mad at Vance for disagreeing with Trump. What? I don't get it.
It's really funny, the contrarians that we're talking about, when they were first on the scene, like, the accusations, especially from liberal newspapers, was oh, JD Vance is a bootlicker. He has no independent thought. He's he's gonna be the lapdog to Donald Trump. And then like now that JD Vance is expressing a mildly independent thought and actually speaking for himself, which he always does, by the
Yeah,
way.
he does.
But like he's expressing an independent thought, and they're like, "He's a traitor. We got to get rid of him." Like, bro, like they're so desperate for there to be any amount of tension whatsoever in the Trump administration. They just want it to fall apart so desperately. And I think it's from both the left and the right. That's why I'm piling them together, because they may have different ideas, but they want the same thing, which is just for the administration to fail.
All right. Let's see. Ryan for 20. The only screw up is adding Goldberg to the chat. Oh, I agree with that. Listen, Walt, I think should be fired for it. Like, don't add any journalists, let alone freaking Goldberg. He's not a journalist, by the way. This guy, he's a propagandist. He makes shit up all the time, and frankly, should be in jail for this, but that's my opinion. The CISA, the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, has approved Signal to be used across agencies. Also, they are saying nothing was classified. Nothing, Burger. Yeah, nothing was classified. Nothing was sent.
Tulsi confirmed nothing was classified.
Yeah.
So
Freaking Tulsi got under oath. They were saying, yeah, there's no classified information. So he lied. He, at best, he exaggerated what was said. At worst, he's full of shit. Which, again, if you know Jeffrey Goldberg, he's a liar. I mean, you have to, like, every time there's an article like this of Goldberg, every single time, like 24 hours after the fact, it comes out, yeah, Jeffrey Goldberg lied, he made shit up. I mean, the guy made up the suckers and losers crap. That's the same guy. So, yeah. What a great individual.
And the Charlottesville, and the Russia, and
everything. He's always there. And like John was saying, he's been doing this for freaking decades. He was doing it 20 years ago with the Saddam Hussein stuff. All right. But yeah. Wait, hold on. They said that this was approved. Hold up. What? Hold up. Wait, what? Was Signal approved to be used? Hold up.
Oh, the app.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
If that's the case, hold up.
Wait, Signal, like the polling for. I'm kidding.
Hold up. I gotta see if this is real. Holy crap. Yeah, it's an approved app. Yeah, apparently, according to John Ratcliffe, the CIA director, he is saying that Signal was loaded onto his work devices upon assuming office. So even before they got there, oh my freaking gosh. You're telling me that everyone was using Signal this entire time, and now they're bitching up a storm about it. Oh my god. They knew. Jeffrey Goldberg is full of fucking shit. I knew it.
Does he know?
I knew it. Unfreaking, yeah. Apparently it was Biden that approved it. Biden's administration approved Signal.
The Joseph Robinette Brandon administration approved it. It's so over.
Oh my gosh. K-Cup for 5. Not surprised, honestly. Media Democrats hit everything wrong with the Biden administration. Of course, they're going to have Trump's admin under a microscope. Oh yeah. They're going to say Trump is bad. He did some bad things. Orange man bad. Dillybot for 10. Dude, Tim Pool reported this as fake news. You're falling for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Don't fall for this. What? What do you mean? I'm literally saying it's bullshit.
Fake news.
Reliable source.
So maybe that person's expressing the opinion. Like I saw some people say that they thought Jeffrey Goldberg was added into the chat on purpose. You know, and like to create like a false scandal. But... Like the whole thing is like if they knew it was gonna like blow up into this, which they would have. It's hard for me to like really swallow that. But basically the whole premise is like, oh well, they wanted to do a soft power push and threaten Europe and Egypt like in a really indirect way, which it's just people have these like crazy ideas when
great
they
conspiracy, John. It's all part of the plan.
So like Maybe that was what the guy meant. I'd otherwise like fake news. What do you mean fake news? Like
Yeah.
it happened. Like what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Random Polish guy for 2. I work at Intel. We use Signal for unclassified. Yeah, so apparently the White House is saying that the app is to be used for unclassified stuff. So, yeah, Jeffrey Goldberg's full of shit. He's full of shit. Now, it's possible they're lying, but I don't know. This whole thing is just... And of course, I just love the fact that Jeffrey Goldberg, he held on to this for how many weeks? Like 3? Right? When was the strikes in Yemen? Like a couple weeks ago, right?
Thought it was a little bit more recent, but I also have dementia, so don't ask me for timetables.
Yeah, chat, when was the Yemen strikes? Because I'm very curious. How long did he hold on to this for? How long was this? How long did he have this? Like, oh yeah, this is a damning story, but I'm gonna sit on it for 3 weeks. Arrest the fake news. Yeah, I agree. Arrest the fake news. I agree. Chat, like, when was it? Last week? Was it last week?
I thought it was last week.
It was like, yeah, I think it was like the 14th. Yeah, it was like the 13th or 14th. So like a week and a half ago. So he held on to this for 10 days. And oh wait, I just realized. So this was a hearing today in front of Congress for like the CIA director, Tulsi Gabbard, I think Kash Patel. So did Jeffrey Goldberg wait to leak this crap right before this hearing? I'm starting to wonder. Because why would you hold on to it for 10 days? Why? Yeah, March 15th, that's when the bombings happened. So he held on to this for 9 days. And he was on it for longer, apparently. So he waited until right before a committee hearing when John Ratcliffe, Tulsi Gabbard, and Kash Patel and someone else, they had to go in front of Congress. And now Democrats, oh my gosh, that's what they did. That's what freaking, oh my. Can we throw Goldberg in jail already? Freaking unbelievable. Now it makes sense. now it makes sense why he waited. Because there was a committee hearing today. Great. You know, how is the Atlantic still in operation? Does anyone even read the Atlantic?
Me. Just kidding, of course not.
No, I mean serious when I ask that. I mean, I have never seen someone say, yeah, I gotta read the Atlantic today.
It's kind of like the people who pay $30 a month to subscribe to the Cook Political Report.
Wait,
Like,
it's 30 bucks a month?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, it's 30
I thought it was
bucks
like
a
10
month.
bucks a month.
No, 30.
Oh my gosh. So you're telling me their shitty services they offered for, oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah, the people who had fucking, like, Ohio Senate a toss-up, you know?
Yeah, great analysis. 30 bucks a month. What is that? 360 bucks a year? Man, that's a great deal for that shitty
Meanwhile,
website.
you can look at America First Insights for free.
Yeah.
With higher quality political commentary.
Well, now we're gonna have a membership thing, but it's be like, I think like $5 a month or whatever. But it's like, we're offered $5 a month. Yeah, Cook Political Report.
Or you can just look at the Late Politics YT Twitter account for free.
Yeah, for the predictions. It's on Lib Election Twitter. Oh, this is dumb. This is freaking dumb.
Fuck buys. I wondered who buys that shit.
I don't know. I think it's a money laundering scheme. I've always believed that about Cook Political Reports. Like, I don't know for sure, but like they make no money. Who cares what they? Well, Democrats do.
Speaking of ratings, I'm just gonna bring this up real quick because I thought it was funny. Even Larry Sabato has made Senate as lead R for 26.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to say Collins is winning. But yeah, go back on.
All right, so people in the White House are saying that this is a coordinated attack. That's what the White House is saying now.
Coordinated attack.
Hold on, let me pull this up. Yeah, they're calling it a quote coordinated effort. I should say.
Oh, okay.
I should say coordinated effort. Excuse me. Let me pull up this thing. Where is the White House? Where's the White House at? Well, it's in DC, obviously, but where's the link at? There it is. Apparently he put out a statement. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Okay.
And obviously, you don't know that the White House has been moved to Gary, Indiana recently.
Oh
If you
gosh.
haven't.
All right. So, this is what the Trump White House said. This is a coordinated effort to distract from the successful actions taken by President Trump and his administration to make America's enemies pay and keep Americans safe. Yeah, he's right. The more I look into this, yeah, that's what happened. They had the information, which was nothing bad. I mean, what was the worst thing they sent of the messages we saw? Not what the freaking bozo claimed, like, the screenshots. What was the worst thing that they saw? Anything? Actually, I can pull the screenshots right now. I think about it. Let's see. Group chat leaked. I can't believe.
I know some people were claiming it was proof that Pete Hegseth was drinking on the job or some shit.
These people are dumb.
No, they claimed that Pete Hegseth added the journalist while drunk, which I don't know.
That's not what. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Don't you press release stuff that we didn't know already? Yeah. So from what I'm reading, yeah, these are screenshots. Screenshots, group chat. There's nothing bad here. There is nothing bad here. Like, all it says is, like, Vance is talking about the... Hold on. Yeah.
Hello? Is my audio good?
Yeah, it's good. If you think we should do it, let's go. I just hate bailing Europe out again. Blah, blah, blah. Pete Hegseth, VP, I fully share your loathing of European freeloadings. Pathetic. So, basically, there's nothing here. These are the only screenshots we got, by the way. Very damning that we have people saying that we're tired of being screwed over by Europe. Wow, what a very damning thing for the Trump administration. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows that, yeah, the Trump...
Publicly.
Yeah, they said this publicly. So, this is a damning story.
All this shows is that they mean what they say publicly and aren't just trying to appease the base. That's all it shows.
That's all this is showing. This was the biggest nothing burger I've ever seen. I can't believe that how many people fell for this crap. How many people fell for this crap? Of, oh yeah, the Trump administration, they texted war plans to Jeffrey Goldberg.
I fell for the crap.
Did you actually?
No, I didn't.
I knew from the start this was sketchy. Like, wait. First of all, how did I get the group chat? And secondly, what was said? It was so bad that you had to report on it. Because from what I'm seeing, this isn't bad. This is just what they've been saying in public. Let's see. Our government really talks to group chats like normal people. Yeah. Which it sounds like was happening for years.
Like I said, it's GC Gate. GC Gate.
GC Gate. Oh my gosh. They're going to try to make this Russiagate 3.0. But it's not going to work this time, so... Hopefully. Well, we'll see. We shall see. And guess what? They're going to keep bringing this up. Yep. This is the new Russiagate. They're going to say, we have proof that Pete Hegseth is drunk on the job, even though it was Mike Waltz that added him. And does this sound like someone that's drunk? Does this look like someone that's drunk on the job? When you can clearly tell what he's saying? Yeah, no. We need
The
a challenge.
Pete Hegseth drinking thing, I've always wondered if it's just like liberals really upset that we pointed out Kamala Harris is perpetually drunk, and so they have to like claim someone from the Trump admin is drunk all the time. I don't know.
Yeah. Can't count for fine. This is literally the slowpoke Pokemon meme. The bombing happened and Goldberg 9 days later went, hey guys, did you know Trump was going to bomb Yemen? Yeah, that's what he did. Which listen, knowing Goldberg, he saw the messages after. He's the type of person to do that, where it's like, yeah, I saw the messages after, but oh, I saw them totally beforehand. He probably didn't. He probably didn't. So, he's full of shit. Which, I can't get over the fact that this is even real. Again, I think Mike Waltz should be fired. Like, does everyone agree with me on that? Should Waltz be fired for this? Like, I don't think he's been good in the first place. Excuse me.
I think he should join the crowd of social media influencers holding up the Epstein files. You should you should become an influencer with those guys.
I never liked Mike Waltz in the first place. He's not the best on the issues, and I don't know if he's really a good pick here. I don't know, just my opinion. I think Mike Waltz should be fired for
Trump
this.
needs to resurrect Henry Kissinger and bring him back in the cabinet in his place.
I don't think that's
Trust the
possible.
plan. Trust the plan. We'll make it work.
Let's see. Mike for 2. New Elon X post. Let's go Wisconsin. What did Elon post? Elon Musk. All right.
Trump needs to do a rally. That's the only way we turn this race around.
All right.
Making a
Anyways,
truth post is one thing. Doing a rally is a completely different thing. That's
Yeah.
what we need him to do.
I hope Trump does like even a tele-rally could help. Even a tele-rally could help.
No, he needs to get Vance here.
Yeah, get Vance.
When Vance comes.
Get
Vance
Vance.
isn't doing. And then he gets to take the heat off GC Gate by doing something
GC
else. So it's a
Gate.
win-win. It's a win-win.
Hold up. Hold on. Scott Jennings cooked again, by the way. You know, every time there's like a dumb story like this, why is it always Scott Jennings that's like always like debunking it? Like, I know he's on CNN, which I don't get why. Why does he go on CNN all the time? Like, those people
Well,
are dumber than bigger rocks.
He was originally brought on CNN to be a heel, to be opposition to the rest of the cast. The problem was that like the people, the little time bits that he was on got the most viewership, and they were the highest ratings for CNN when Scott Jennings is on the camera. And funnily enough, because he's a mildly reasonable person, and CNN's audience actually isn't as bizarre and radicalized as they are, they actually just wanted more Scott Jennings on the camera. And so CNN was like, okay, well, I guess. And then they gave him an extended contract. They raised his wage. Like, I've seen Scott Jennings is being relatively successful just off the premise of being a mildly reasonable conservative voice on CNN. So.
And I know their old guy they used to bring on for the opposing perspective was Gordowski, and he
Oh
had that
yeah,
one
then he
comment,
then he says something pretty bad.
the pager comment. Yeah.
Oh gosh. But yeah, so Scott Jennings, again, every time there's some bullshit, he's usually like on top of this, which is good. Like Scott Jennings not the best on the issues. He's like a neocon kind of. He's a good one. He's like one that actually has a brain. So
Yeah.
Scott Jennings, he responded to Mark Warner. Mark Warner, he said, "We all know if a Democrat had started the group chat, there would be wall-to-wall hearings. People would get fired. Careers would end. Today we're starting accountability."
Side note for a second. You know we're winning when the Dems are fucking resorting to imagine if the roles were reversed arguments.
And what Scott Jennings said was, "Bro, your party got 13 American soldiers killed in Afghanistan and then treated their families like garbage. And not a single person was fired or held accountable. Say the hysterics, please." Yeah. What's worse? Having a shitty group chat where nothing sensitive was leaked. Nothing. Or having 13 American soldiers dead. And by the way, the whole group chat, did it ruin any plans?
No.
Did anything leak?
No, they didn't leak like where the strikes were going to be or anything. It was just them talking about Europe.
Well, the rumor is, well, Goldberg is full of shit, I think, but he's claiming that, I saw they were talking about bombing Yemen, which doesn't mean much, because it happens like, every other day. But, and again, Tulsi Gabbard, John Ratcliffe, all of them, they're saying that no sensitive information was talked in this chat, and they were using Signal even before they got into office. They had it. So it's approved by the, oh my gosh. American Nerd for 5. Rap, was there a similar scandal with the governor of Puerto Rico from like 2020 during COVID and with the app Telegram, or am I wrong on that? I don't know. But if they're not talking about sensitive information, yeah, I think it's dumb, but who cares? Who cares? For once, the Democrats are playing the cuck role. What? For once, the Democrats are playing the cuck role where they can only watch, not participate. But if the roles were reversed.
Yeah, that's the way you got to look at it. That's the only way you're going to enjoy any of this nonsense going on, is just realize, like, Democrats are doing all of this because they have zero power. The only power they have is through the judiciary. Everything else, Congress, the media, everything else, like, they're just full of it.
Speaking of the judiciary,
I think Trump should try this with some of the fucking judicial thing. It's the Andrew Jackson thing, you know?
Yeah,
the court has made the ruling, now fucking enforce it, you know?
Well, speaking of the courts,
somebody judge. judges, you know?
We
You made the ruling on like trans, whatever, like come enforce it. You gonna arrest me? Like,
So we gotta talk about the courts because yet again another shitty court makes a shitty ruling. You can't make this up. We are getting like into new tiers of like craziness. So apparently a district judge reverses himself and says, "Yep, I do have the jurisdiction over these lawsuits against Trump administration." Yeah. So apparently he overruled himself. A higher court said something different or something like that. He just said, actually, I had a dream last night. I actually have the power in this case.
it came to me in a dream,
Yeah.
unironic.
That's what happened here. They are saying it came to me in a dream.
This is a bold strategy.
Yeah. I mean, like, now we're at a point now where, like, first they were quoting Hamilton. Then they were saying the Constitution doesn't matter. In fact, they said don't quote the Constitution in a Seattle court. And now they're saying, yeah, it came to me in a dream. That's what they're saying here. After further briefing, that's his answer. What do you mean further briefing? What changed? That's basically him saying, yeah, I made it up. This order holds that the district court does have subject matter. Whatever. You know, this is why we gotta get rid of single district judges. My opinion is it should go back to 3, like a 3-judge panel, maybe 5, because you have to end this. You can't keep this going where it's one judge can pull this shit. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You came to me in a dream. My gosh. But the question is, like, will anyone do anything?
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. So it's like everybody is talking about doing things. Mike Lee was talking about doing what you just described and expanding, like it was like 3 judges for these kind of courts. And then Speaker Mike Johnson's promoting bills for multiple congressmen to, do court stripping. But the whole thing is they talk about it and talk about it. And the thing that I'm used to as someone who's been around longer is just they never do anything. They never actually do anything. It's just all talk. It's all talk, no play. And if Congress is going to be all talk and no play, then it's exactly what Luke's saying. It's just Trump needs to do a little bit of executive overreach. He needs to go ahead and ignore the court ruling. Because guess what? What's the only mechanism that Trump can be checked?
Enforce the 20% on 80-20 issues.
Yeah.
And watch how public treats them,
Well, right. So it's going to be terrible optics for the judges, and Trump's going to get support from his base regardless. But if Trump ignores the courts in the situation, the only people who could actually check him on this are the same people who refuse to do anything to solve the problem in the first place, which is the Congress. Congress has to impeach him. Republican Congress isn't going to impeach him. Now, if we lose the midterms, Trump could be put in a peach in a couple years. And maybe that's a consideration the Trump administration has. That could be a genuine consideration.
But I think you have to take a gamble. You have to take a gamble now.
Absolutely. I like waiting is a bad decision. If Trump does nothing, I will criticize it.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to explain it. I'm going to be like, well, I understand why they waited. It's just a bad decision. It's an objectively bad decision, though.
Yeah, hold on. I've read more of this ruling. Hold on. Early on, I followed three recent decisions in other district courts, holding that claims brought by public sector unions, blah blah blah, had to be channeled through the Merit System Protection Board, blah blah blah. And yeah, he literally said in a dream, basically. Yeah, he just freaking said, "Yeah, I made it up. What can you do about it?" I thought they were kidding. No, that's actually what he said. He just said,
I made it the fuck up.
Yeah, he made it up. Man, what a great system we got here. What a great system we got. But yeah, you gotta gut the courts now. You have to do it. You have the power, you have the votes. Which, yeah, it's only 51 votes, the Senate, right? For this stuff?
Oh, court stripping, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's only 51 votes. It is something extremely doable by the Congress. The only reason they wouldn't do it is because they are spineless cowards who are incapable of doing anything. By the way, part of the reason why Trump was elected in the first place in 2016, part of the reason why Trump was elected, it did really well in 2020 and won in 2024. Like all of these things are direct like responses to Congress being completely ineffectual. Actually, it's really funny. the whole reason the courts have this like the ability to quote anything, basically like, oh, I want to reference Hamilton, I want to reference the Gettysburg Address, I want to reference like anything that they reference. The reason that that exists is because a long, long time ago, Congress refused to rein in the courts in the exact same way that it's happening right now. And so Congress, in some way, has always been a bunch of spineless cowards who refuse to exert their checks and balances on the other two branches of this like thing. So look, it's very traditional for America, but at the end of the day, uh, Trump's going to have to fix this. I don't trust Congress at all. If they do something, bravo, bravo, Congress. But I just doubt it. I think they've been too weak. They've always been too weak. I think the president will take care of it.
Yeah. So I do think you got to strip these courts. You got to strip them now. This
Oh
is
yeah,
your
no.
opportunity.
Oh, it would be wonderful. I think this is like the most justified moment ever, which is going to be the condemnation of this administration if they refuse to do it. This is like the moment where court stripping would be the most popular thing to do ever. And like nobody would care. It wouldn't even cause a controversy. It would avoid a constitutional crisis that the Democrats are foisting upon President Trump. It's honestly just like objectively a good thing to do. And I really would like everybody to stop and reflect on why Congress won't do it if they inevitably
Also,
don't do it.
Hello.
oh yeah, speaking of courts, I'm driving through La Crosse right now. Don't ask. And I saw like several Schimmel signs. So
W.
that I don't. That's an indicator.
What's
I
up?
don't know.
What's up, guys? What's up?
Hello, Real
So-
Texan. But yeah, so I do think though it's like, but the thing I am like very curious to see is how will the courts respond if like we gut their powers? Are they just gonna say no? You don't have the authority to do that?
Yeah.
They're gonna
All right,
whine,
so,
but they literally
high
can't
on
do anything. If Trump ignores them, they literally can't do anything. They have to rely on Congress to do something, and that's what I'm saying. If Congress is too weak to put the judges in check, Congress is too weak to put the executive in check. That's what I'm telling you.
All right,
All right,
chance of
so I don't know. So I don't have another class today, so I can stay on for a while. What did we do? What did we all discuss
So we
today?
talked about the whole group chat stuff, which it's Jeffrey Goldberg be full of shit. We talked a little bit about the court stuff again. That's about it, actually.
All right, after super chat, after you read the super chat, we need to discuss Jasmine Crockett.
Oh yeah, freaking. That's the face of the Democrat Party. Chance of tracing for 5. The group chat story, pretty much anything about Goldberg reminds us that we don't hate the media enough. And Vance's comments make me like him more. Yeah, I like what Vance said. Everything he said was right, and it makes him independent. It shows everyone, yeah, he's real. What he says is actually real. What he believes in. But all right, we got to talk with Jasmine Crockett now.
Yeah, so she
Oh,
basically
God.
openly mocked. So at an event for the Human Rights Campaign, I believe that's what it is. She openly mocked Governor Abbott.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. She's getting a lot of condemnation, obviously, even actually from like a couple Democrats, like Adam Frisch.
Listen, I want to be clear about one thing. We make jokes all the time about Greg Abbott. Like,
Yeah.
we make those jokes, but difference is we're shit posters online on YouTube and stuff. We're
Yeah,
not actually
she's
a-
Congress.
Yeah,
I've
she
literally
is-
I've literally
she
called her
is
Hot
a,
Wheels. Sorry, I'm gonna say this real quick and then you can talk. I've literally
Yeah.
called them Hot Wheels on this program.
Yeah.
but
No,
I
literally
like
said,
if I was in Congress, I would never call Governor Abbott Hot Wheels.
I
yeah,
remember,
that's the thing. We're just, a bunch of autistic shit posters on Twitter.
Yeah.
Jasmine Crockett is a literal congresswoman from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
And she is openly mocking the state's governor.
Like,
So,
because Greg Abbott's been paralyzed since he was 26, I think. Yeah.
yeah, he was paralyzed in an accident in 1984, I believe.
Yeah, right here, an oak tree fell and crushed his spine. Damn!
Oh yeah, she's who Jim Clyburn wants the VP to be in 2028. By
Yeah.
the way.
This is
The
who Democrats
VP?
want.
Wait, that's what she wants is he wants her to be the VP. So who
Well,
does he want to be the president?
From what I've heard, it's gonna be they want Crockett on the ticket.
So what
That's
does
what I've
he
heard.
want? Like, so what does he want? Like like a Harris Crockett ticket?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
Harris Crockett or oh my gosh, AOC
Ooh.
Crockett.
AOC Crockett would probably be the biggest landslide for
Nah, they're
Republicans
never.
since
Okay, I'm telling you
1988.
this: the Democratic establishment is never gonna let
No,
AOC be the.
Luke,
They're gonna let
Luke,
her get close, but they're not gonna let.
this
It's gonna be
party's lost their
very
freaking. They love AOC now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They
Well,
want
the
someone like
thing
AOC.
I will say this. I mean, I think she could do initially decent in like the very beginning of the primary cycle, just because
She's not getting
you've
the
got
black vote in primary. That's the
I'm
issue.
not. That's not what I mean. I'm talking like you have all these established. I mean, she's gonna lose South Carolina, yeah, but like in other states, you have all the establishment candidates, dividing the vote.
Yeah, but then the second South Carolina comes, she'd get knocked out of the
It
park.
depends what
So
Clyburn does. It all comes out of
Clyburn-
Clyburn.
not gonna endorse
It depends on.
AOC.
It depends on whether he's even in Congress by then, because he's old. Clyburn's like in his 80s, I believe.
Fair enough.
I
All right.
will delete my Twitter account if Clyburn endorses AOC.
All right, polite rude guy for 2. Texans for Trump 28. Strip the judges now. Yeah, so they gotta strip the judges. This is your chance. Do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I
Yeah.
do
So
think hold on, K Cup for 2. Abbott stands up for America more than Crockett. Yeah. Again, we make fun of we're allowed to do that because we're shit posters. That's our job. But it's like you're in Congress. He's her governor.
Yeah, I wish Abbott would stand for his constituents more often.
so
Gosh.
true.
I mean, Crockett.
Yeah, he's running. He's well, I was running for a
He's-
4th term.
He's rolling to his 4th term.
Yeah, he's. Yeah, I'm not exactly. I will say though, if you have Jasmine Crockett running for governor, that would. Now, I mean, look, you already have, I think, James Tallarico likely to run. Now, she could run for Senate because no one's even bothering right now. So, but I don't know. They might just run all red again.
Now, by the way, it's
Uh,
not just that. Jasmine Crockett the past couple of weeks, she has been getting more violent. Have you guys heard about this? Like,
Right.
I think
yeah, so-
honestly,
I wanna
if
talk
if
about this.
if the governor race is Abbott versus Crockett, I think legitimately he may only win 3 counties.
Yeah, so the thing with Jasmine
And
Crockett
that would be Dallas, Travis, and Presidio.
the thing with Crockett is she's always been a nutcase. Everyone knows this. She's always been out there. But recently, she's gotten more violent. Like, unironically,
Yeah.
she has gotten violent. Like, remember a couple days ago, she said, yeah, someone's gonna go punch Ted Cruz in the face. Someone's gonna assault him. That's what she said. And just a little while ago...
I think she also legitimately assaulted Laura Loomer reporter
Yeah,
or
so,
something.
okay. Now, listen, we all know I'm not a fan of Laura Loomer. I don't know why she hates my guts, but listen, this is bullshit. So, apparently one of her correspondents, I don't know how she's a correspondent, well, he tried to ask him or her a question about something, and she physically assaulted him. Like, this is a video. She physically, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I saw that.
She physically assaulted him.
Also, slightly unrelated, but I'm currently crossing the Mississippi to drive into Minnesota in the
Damn.
Tim Walz line. Yeah.
But yeah,
Why are you going?
to?
Why are you going to Minnesota? Why are you going to Minnesota?
Oh, no, I'm just driving around because I'm out by my grandparents in western Wisconsin. I decided to drive into La Crosse while I was on stream today.
But yeah,
All right, well,
I
have
got
fun
a
in
couple
Walls
days
Land, Ben.
off. I got a couple days off out of town, so I thought may as well enjoy it by doing some driving over.
Yeah, so right here, she physically assaulted him right here.
And
Man,
I think she also called for, I think, more attacks on Teslas.
Yeah. Pam Bonnie's got to freaking... I don't care. Got thrown in her jail. I don't care. I'm tired of this. Oh, we can't do it. She is calling for violence. She's saying we gotta punch Ted Cruz in the face. She's insulting a sitting governor for being paralyzed.
This
And
is the
now...
thing. I think she sees herself
Remove
as
her
the
now.
leader.
No.
She sees herself as the leader of the Democratic Tea Party.
Yeah. She's a delusional nut job. And
Well,
she has
yeah. So
power.
Jasmine Crockett wants to take the place of AOC in the center of the party, and she wants to be AOC. And one of the really interesting things about this specific incident you just brought up is that this was a completely prompted question. It was prompted by her previous actions, because if you guys recall, she said on video that all she wants for her birthday is to see Elon Musk and Tesla taken down.
Yeah.
And of course, she used vague language. But again, she used language that could be very quickly and easily construed as, I want you to physically harm this person, or I want you to actually eliminate this person. And also, of course, with the Tesla comments, she's actively promoting vandalism against Tesla. So this reporter comes up in response to her video asking, like, all I want for my birthday is for you to burn down Teslas, basically. Not exactly what she said, but basically what she said.
Yeah, she
Um,
implied it.
she implied that, and this guy's going up as well. Do you condemn the acts of violence? It's a question of clarification. You made this statement, this very provocative statement. Would you please clarify that you condemn violence like every normal politician should? And she can't do it.
She can't. I mean,
She can't do it. Not only can she not do it, but she has to commit physical assault while not doing it.
this was a gimme. This was a freaking gimme question. All she had to say was, "Yes, I condemn the violence. We are for peaceful protest." You know, that's all she had to say, and walk away. Mike,
And the other thing is, we might also legitimately lose the House because you have somebody running against her that might raise like $10 million.
oh gosh, don't even suggest that. Mike, well, with Vance in charge of fundraising, we should be fine, but we'll see. Mike,
Yeah,
for
but
two,
that doesn't mean you know all the MAGA boomers will
I
spend their
guess.
entire life savings on them. So
Mike for two. Imagine AOC Crockett versus Vance Rubio 1984 map. Yeah, it'll be a beatdown.
No, this is what Vance will do with the money. During the primary, he'll spend like a couple thousand, or like he'll spend a minuscule amount to like beat that guy, and then put up a lame, like a just like figurehead candidate or
All right,
shit.
chance of
Really
raising for pl-
drifters.
polite rude guy for two. Am I better sign the THC ban into law? I think he will. Chance raising for five. Question real Texan. What's your opinion on Ann Richards? Easy to see why Bush crushed her since she was pretty much the OG resist liberal in the red state. Yeah, what's your thoughts on Ann Richards?
I mean, you're kind of right. At the same time, though, she's probably, I don't know. I can't. I mean, yeah, I guess kind of the OG resist lib would make sense. I can't exactly comment on whether she was, you know, progressive for her time because I haven't really done my research on her.
All right.
But
Hold up. We got some breaking news out of India, everybody.
oh boy, India. What's going on with India?
So everyone know, like, Luke, you've been talking about how much like India loves Trump, right? This is kind of like a meme now. So in response to the Trump administration's upcoming reciprocal tariff policy, the Indian government is reportedly willing to reduce tariffs on 55% of U.S. imports with $23 billion, down to as little as 0 from a current range of 5 to 30%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why they're doing this.
So
I wonder why.
I mean, Modi is
I've
also
said
like
this
close
before,
friends with
and I'll
Trump.
say
So.
this again: the Hindutva is a more loyal ally to the American right than like a huge chunk of like right-wing Americans. I will say that.
Their prime minister is literally Narendra Modi, who is like probably one of Trump's like closest friends.
Yeah, especially
as far as world leaders goes.
The closest thing we have now to an Abe figure. That's what he is.
Oh, remember, I mean, they literally held like rallies for each other at like massive stadiums.
Oh yeah,
like,
I remember that. A million people.
You had Namaste Trump in Ahmedabad at a humongous stadium, which is the largest in the world, and then you had Howdy Modi in Houston.
That's right. Yeah, like how many people showed up to that Indian rally?
Stadium.
How many people showed up to that rally?
They have shrines to Trump. They have shrines to him in India. Forget rallies.
Honestly, that Namaste Trump event in Ahmedabad might have been like the biggest event at that stadium up until like the recent Coldplay concerts.
Probably. All right, K-Cup for 5. Never forget the stuff with Crockett and many others who this stuff is fine, but there was controversy over peacefully and patriotically. Yeah. Peacefully, patriotically got people thrown in jail, but right now, we haven't seen any. Wow, we've seen some people in jail, but now, I think at this point in time, you got to start arresting Democrats. Listen, I don't like to talk like that, but House Democrats, people listen to them. This is why I'm kind of terrified about this stuff. It's not some random boomer on Twitter that no one ever heard about. We're talking about people sitting in Congress. They have influence on policy. People listen to them, and they're saying stuff like this. Like, I'm not saying arrest every Democrat, but the ones like Jasmine Crockett calling for violence, and she assaulted somebody now. Throw her in jail. Who's against that? Honestly, who's against throwing Crockett in jail?
Thomas Massey.
Oh my gosh, I swear. If Thomas Massey like says, no, we can't. Because reasons.
because free
Well,
speech. Because
You're just
Yeah.
not a principled enough conservative to understand.
Thomas Massey, like, I agree with him on some stuff, but some of the stuff he's just, his philosophy's dumb.
he's being very low IQ as of late.
Wow. I didn't know
Common
that.
for libertarian.
All right. Mike Waltz should be fired not just for leaking to Jeffrey Goldberg, but for having him in the contacts in the first place. Yeah. Why the hell is Mike Waltz talking to Goldberg? Why? Why was he best friends with them? Anyone know?
I don't know, but I mean, this is the same guy that follows a gay
Well, okay, we got.
porn accounts on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Oh my gosh. Mike Waltz is a meme. I don't know why he's here.
Yeah, and we're replacing him with Randy Fine. Randy Fine.
And speaking of Randy Fine, the NRCC actually did something good for once. So a little while ago, Richard Hudson, he is the is he the chair of the NRCC, right?
I think they basically called him out for being a
Lazy
useless
slob,
son of a
basically.
bitch.
That's what he said. Yeah. So Richard Hudson, he is the chair of the NRCC, and they called him out. And this never happens. This only happens in very bad situations, if that. It never happens. But NRCC chair Richard Hudson says he needs to do better. But we're going to win that seat. I would have preferred if our candidate had raised money at a faster rate and got on TV quicker. But he's doing what he needs to do. Yeah.
Randy Fine.
This is a rare time they call him out for it. They said, look, buddy, get off your ass. You're going to win, but you should be winning by 20, 30 points right now. Not by 5%.
I think I saw even DeSantis was defending Trump.
Yeah.
Against like the like people blaming Trump for Randy's underperformance. DeSantis is basically defending Trump and saying, no, this is Randy's fault.
Yeah, it is. It's common sense. Randy finds a shitty candidate. I don't know why Trump supported him, but
I think it was payback because Randy Fine was a DeSantis supporter. Now he hates his guts, and then started supporting Trump. So I think it was like payback for that.
I don't know. This
and
is
then House leadership got behind Randy Fine.
But this guy is such a lazy This guy is a shitty campaigner. Doesn't know what he's doing, and I don't know. This is stupid.
Well, in my honest opinion, the Hammer of Zion just deserves his seat. He doesn't need to actually do any work. The Hammer of Zion just exists, and it should win by default. It's like there shouldn't even be an election. Honestly, he should just be there.
The thing with Randy Fine is like if Democrats were running a halfway decent candidate, he would have got crushed. He would be getting killed right now. But they ran an even more radical person. So good job. If they would have ran like a Moskowitz type, they probably would have won.
Randy Fine will one day be governor, senator, and president at the same time, and there's nothing you guys can do.
Of Israel.
Yeah, of Israel.
Of Israel.
No, of the Gaza Strip when we get it eventually.
Oh yeah, Tester is done.
Hey. Stop, don't dead name Gaza. It's East Palm Beach.
East Palm Beach.
East Palm Beach. So true.
It's apparently an Israeli Supreme Court election happening soon, according to Tester is done. Along with the Wisconsin Supreme Court. So.
All right.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. By the way, I think tonight there's a special election in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we're not. I don't think we're gonna win. I think barely, but we'll see.
I think there's one. Actually, I've heard the one in Lancaster. I think we're actually gonna lose, even though it's a Trump seat. Just because turnout is going to be complete shit.
We'll see. All right. If Randy Fine ran for governor of Florida, would it make Florida competitive again? Yes. Because outside of Miami, aren't there any Jews in Florida for starters? Like Florida's
There's
probably a lot that moved there from like New Jersey.
Maybe, but like they're mostly concentrated in like
Miami. The Costco guys are Jewish, and they live in Florida though.
All right, Tester Dunn has been a member for 16 months. Longtime Democrats are crossing over for Randy. That's real.
Oh wait, the Costco guys are like Italian Jews, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, no, just the dude is an Italian Catholic, but his wife and kids are Jewish.
Bruh.
Bailey, I guess that's the average New Jerseyan.
Yeah, that's New Jersey. Bailey Spangler for 5. That seat has gone from having DeSantis to Walls to Fine. It's evolving backwards. My gosh, that's what happened. Oh, yeah! DeSantis to Walz to fine. It keeps getting worse.
If you're at Randy Fine, Mike Walz to Randy Fine's an upgrade. I'm gonna be honest.
What?
Walz to Fine is an upgrade.
No.
Yes.
I should say Waltz, not Walls. Waltz.
Yeah, Walls, the guy that's friends with the
Whatever
you
you
know
say,
what.
it's an upgrade. I will stand by Randy Fine, okay?
Real.
He's the DeSimp devourer. Have you seen him, dude? He does not mess with the DeSimps.
He's a devourer of another type of people.
Hold up. So, okay, Goldberg put out a statement. Let me pull this up.
Something, suckers and losers,
Suckers and losers. So, let's see. Oh, he's already, okay. Okay, he's already pulling his shit. Every time, and actually someone posted this. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So, Goldberg is saying, my colleagues and I are, and I and the people who are giving us advice on this have some very interesting conversations to have about this. But just because they're irresponsible with material doesn't mean that I'm going to be irresponsible. In other words, he's full of shit. Guys, if this actually happened, if this was real, where they had classified information, but it already happened for the bombing run or whatever, just blur out some key information and release it.
No, this guy's gonna get the Pulitzer Prize for just straight up lying.
This guy's a serial liar. Listen, just throw him in jail. He's lied his entire life. Chances raising for 5. Off topic, but did you guys see Tesla's video on who he vote for in every election? His rant that John McCain was funny and true in equal measure. I haven't seen that yet, so I should watch it.
I guess he voted for Obama in 2008.
Everyone goes up to Tester is done. He's got very good videos, and I don't upload anymore. So
you know, the thing is, my dad actually voted for Obama because of the ACA, and then I think he regretted it later on. And he's a very staunch Republican. So
okay. So this guy on Twitter, it's Bonchi from Red State, which Bonchi sometimes says some dumb stuff. I think it's his name, Bonchi. I think, yeah, surely. So. This is what he said. This is Goldberg doing the I've totally got more sources for the suckers and losers story, just you wait ploy all over again. Yeah, that's right! He's the same shit! I forgot about that! I remember back in 2020. Was that 2020? That story came out?
Yeah, that's when it happened, and
I remember that.
I mean, Arizona, I think, has a lot of veterans. That might have single-handedly cost him Arizona.
I remember back in 2020, because that was a big story. Everyone was talking about it. And then people are asking, hey, where's the evidence? And he said the same shit. He was saying, I'm talking to people. I got news sources. I got news sources for this stuff. And he never released those sources.
Didn't he get the Pulitzer Prize or something for that?
I don't know.
I feel like he would have. Maybe he didn't, but it would have been fitting.
I completely forgot. Yeah, he had more sources and he never released it again. And now the administration is on record under oath saying it's not classified. Yeah, September of 2020. Cole Langdon for 2. What's Randy Terry's margin against Randy Fine? I don't know.
Terry's probably gonna get half a point or something. Maybe 2%. I don't know.
Yeah, this guy on Twitter actually made a good point. Amish dude on Twitter. He said, this is what Jeffrey Goldberg always does. You'll notice he has absolute detailed precision on some things, how he got access to the chat, and vague characterizations on others. The vague characterizations are always hyped and exaggerated. Yeah. I mean, this is the best way to put it.
Remember Snopes got called far right for saying that the story was fake? Yeah.
And even though he got access to the chat, he's saying less than he knows. He knows Mike Waltz didn't randomly add him from all the 40 million monthly active Signal users. This whole thing's sketchy.
Okay, so Waltz did add him.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But the question is why? That's the first question. Why the hell did he add him?
Now Trump is also saying that he's going to keep him around.
I would get rid of him. Use this as an excuse to get rid of him. He was never a good pick in the first place. All right. Yeah, so he can, if this was so bad, he could just black out the stuff that's bad and then just show the proof of the time. That's all he has to do. So he's full of shit. He is full of so much shit, or he's a dumbass. He's probably both. Stephen Howard for 2. I want legal action taken against fake news. You know, how do you enforce that though? Like, I agree you gotta start going after these people, but what would you say? Like, they're
Expand
lying?
libel law.
I guess, yeah, libel.
The media and the press have protections against slander and libel they don't deserve to have. Get
Well,
rid of the protections and make them accountable just like every other citizen of the
I
United
understand the
States.
protections.
It's freedom of the press to slander your opponent.
I understand the protections, but when it's clearly bullshit, no.
It's shit. It's
Oh
unreasonable.
gosh. Pam Bondi ain't doing good. What would Bondi do though in this situation?
Go on Sean Hannity and release a strongly worded statement.
Yeah.
Coming next week, the Diddy Files, released
Oh,
by Jack
jeez.
Posobiec,
It's one
endorsed by
page.
1488 My Pillow.
Okay.
You guys know about those pillows?
Yeah, we know all about them.
Yep. Anyways, let's see. Hold up. What's about Russia? Wait, what? Hold up. Russia.
Oh yeah, I think they had a ceasefire. I think there was a ceasefire for like the Black Sea or something.
Let's see. All right. Yeah, Kyle Becker has a report out, or Kyle Becker, excuse me. United States and Ukraine have agreed to ensure safe navigation, elimination of the use of force, and prevent the use of commercial vessels for military purposes in the Black Sea. The U.S. and Ukraine agreed that the United States remains committed to helping achieve the exchange of prisoners of war, release of civilians, all that stuff. Ukraine agreed to develop measures for implementing Trump and Zelensky's agreement to ban strikes. Ukraine and U.S. welcomes the good offices of third countries, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So we're getting close to peace now. This is big. So basically, they're going to stop a lot of the killing right now.
So finally, Zelensky agrees to something.
Now, it's not everything. It's not a full ceasefire, but it just sounds like for the Black Sea. Now, the friggin' dumbasses on Fox News, what's the guy's name? Brett Hume or whatever? What's
Brett Baer.
Okay, Trump's
No, they're
approval
one.
isn't doing the best, but according to Harry Enton, Trump is the highest favorability now that he's ever had.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it was like Brett Hume or whatever. He's like saying Trump is getting rolled by Russia.
Oh, you mean Brit Hume? Yeah, no,
that friggin' dumbass.
The reason I brought up Brett Baer does a program. If you watch Brett Baer, it's pretty early in the day, so you can probably catch it if you're still at work. But like Brett Baer basically brings on a bunch of really bad neocon shills, and they just say all of this nonsensical crap. They usually bring like some retired general that has terrible opinions on everything, and so they just crap all over Trump. And you know, this is like his way of feeling like he's like more legitimate than the rest of the Fox News crew. But yeah, Brit Hume is also just like a bag of hot air. He's also full of crap.
I have no clue what he's talking about half the time, and like he posted this yesterday. All right, this is the chief political analyst. This is an analyst on Fox News. He's saying, "Gee, could it be that the Trump administration is being played?" And they're talking about Russia, and he cited the Kiev Independent. Yeah. For those that don't know, the Kiev Independent is, I believe it's state-ran media. I could be wrong. But it's, I believe, state-ran media. And they're saying that Russia's prolonging peace talks or some crap like that. Which I'm not denying. But it's like, he's saying, oh, it's a grand conspiracy by Russia. American Nerd for 5. Does anyone else think that it's ironic that the Pulitzer Prize is named after one of the people who invented fake news or yellow journalism? Wait, really? I did not know that.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, I didn't know that either, but it does make sense.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. All right. But yeah, this is the people that are at Fox News. Great people. Not really. Brett Baer is he's better than most on there, but is that really saying much? Is that really saying much?
No, Brett Baer, like there's things that I like about Brett Baer, like his, very soft like eyes and his calm demeanor. But like if you're talking about like actual policy, he's like full of shit. I'm sorry,
He's
Brett Baer's
full
just
of
full of shit.
shit.
I've been watching Brett Baer for a while because I'm old, and yeah, no, he's really good with decorum and presenting himself well. In terms of his actual opinions, he's behind the times. He's pretty bad.
All right.
But did he support Trump in 2024, or did he have or was he like? I know he didn't support Harris, but did he like publicly endorse him?
He was the one that gave a really strong, mild, not like totally adversarial, but just like a tough interview to Trump. And I was cool with that. I approve of that. I approve of the presidents being asked tough questions, tough but fair questions. But like I mostly just talk about his program. On his program, he lets the most nonsensical idiots like mongoloids come onto his program and spew nonsense and garbage and bile, and then he sits there and and he nods his head along because he what I'm saying is like he gets to choose who he brings on his program. He brings on people with bad, like trashy opinions intentionally to try and stoke the BoomerCon crowd into like basically being against certain things, especially when it comes to Ukraine. We were talking about Ukraine. Brett Baer's stuff on Ukraine's terrible.
Great. PK for 2. You see that PPP poll of Collins minus 40 approval? Wait, what?
What?
That's complete. No, because her approval back in December was like plus 10.
What?
So there would have had to be a
What?
50-point swing in her. I guess people in Maine really don't like Tulsi Gabbard, dude. Because she voted to confirm.
Shit. PPP is back with her bullshit. Minus 37.
Yeah, that's cap.
She's negative 23 with Republicans.
That is cap. That is cap.
Holy shit. Here we go with the freaking shitty polls, especially from Maine, of course. Every time.
So that's... Oh, yeah, that was Susan Collins, right?
Yep. Susan Collins is minus 40.
And Trump is only minus 8, so true.
Yeah, I'm sure, buddy.
Well, I mean, I will say, he only lost Maine by like 9, so that...
Yeah, like, first of all, Trump's numbers have not moved from 2024, that's for stat. But it's like, how is Susan Collins that unpopular? Guys.
Well, okay, well, for a starter, she's a Republican, so obviously Democrats don't like her. And second, she's a rhino, so Republicans don't like her.
But guys, you guys remember from 2020? I remember there's one poll that had her losing by 20 or something, and she won by 10. That's Maine polling in a nutshell. It's always shitty. How does Trump...
all of New England polling. Remember in 2024, there was that poll that had Trump losing New Hampshire by 30 and Ayotte losing by 10.
It was
by
Harris
18.
plus 30.
Ayotte was losing by 18.
It was Harris plus 30. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, New Hampshire had turned into Massachusetts.
Yeah. Guys, New England polling sucks, especially Maine. Maine is bad. So... Alright, the poll had Trump losing Maine second by 5. Are you serious? Trump losing Maine second by 5? Oh, yeah, I remember that. There was a poll from September last year where it was, Harris will win Maine second. And resistance went crazy over it. I remember that now. And I'm curious, I wonder what we have PPP at for America First Insight. I actually don't know. America First Insight.
Oh, when Susan Collins wins, that rating is going to go down quite a bit.
Yeah, probably. PPP. Were you? Oh, a good old D-. A D-.
Hey, I got some really base news. Really base
What?
news dropping in the general chat right now.
What? Holy shit.
Wait, he didn't do that already?
He did for other groups. And
Oh,
just
no,
like...
he got rid of... No, it was Mexico City policy. That's what it was.
Just like that, everybody, Planned Parenthood is bankrupt. He actually did it. He's halting federal funding to Planned Parenthood and other family planning groups. And for those wondering, this is where they get their money from. This is part of how Democrats get their money. They get through Planned Parenthood, and gee, it's paid by taxpayers.
Is that the first time he's ever done that during his
I think so.
He should have done that the first term. What the hell?
Well, I don't know. It's Trump. But yeah,
Then again, I mean, it would have been. I mean, it would have been redone under. It would have been, reverted under Biden.
okay. S to spit on Planned Parenthood. S to spit.
S and Jack Planned Parenthood.
S in the chat. S in the chat.
S. Remember the pro-life people saying Trump's gonna be the most pro-choice Republican, pro-choice conservative, or whatever, pro-choice Republican ever, or president, whatever.
He was the most pro-choice Republican.
Whatever.
I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
look up Gerald Ford. Enough said.
Oh, something I just saw, by the way. So there's a potential Democrat Senate candidate in Michigan, Mallory McMorrow, saying that she would not vote for Chuck Schumer to be leader.
So it begins.
That might actually be a new trend among Senate Democrat candidates.
It
Or
begins.
they could potentially lose their election if they say that they will vote for Chuck Schumer to be leader.
Do it.
Also,
Because
counterpoint to the Gerald Ford thing, real American, look up what Richard Nixon said about abortion
I
in
know.
those tapes.
I know. Hold up. So, Lila Rose at channels. Yeah, where's Lila Rose at? Where's she at, I wonder?
She's having another gala.
Oh,
She's having
that's
another gala.
Yeah, her shitty organization has done nothing. Has done nothing for years.
Oh yeah, so she did make a comment on it 20 minutes ago. Breaking: Trump admin will be defunding Planned Parenthood of tens of millions in Title X grants per Wall Street Journal. Planned Parenthood killed nearly 400,000 babies last year. Huge win for President Trump. So she's on the Trump train, guys. She's on the Trump train.
I'll never forget my favorite Lila Rose tweet was quote unquote, Chris Christie is right about Putin.
Oh gosh. Take help for 5. Ever notice how Planned Parenthood got this federal funding, but my friends who actively work in women's shelters and maternity homes get zero funding? Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why. It's as if they don't give a shit about women. That's just the truth in it. So. Alright,
It's as if they want abortions to happen because climate change.
yeah. Oh, hey, so guys, we got some good news by Fortune. Look at this headline. Look, this might be the most depressing thing I've seen. Gen Z may not be able to afford a house or cost of living now, but give it 10 years, they're on track to gain $36 trillion and become the richest generation.
What is this for?
How?
What is that? Because
Magic!
Social Security is going to expire in 10 years?
Magic!
Wait, that's because of Social Security, because then the Zoomers will not have to keep funding, like, the baby boomers.
No, they're saying so apparently Gen Z is going to get $36 trillion out of nowhere, out of thin air. 36 trillion.
Yeah, that's when, probably because Social Security is going bankrupt.
You know, I just love the headline, though. Yeah, Gen Z cannot afford to buy a house now. Man, what a depressing world we live in. Like, this is depressing, isn't it?
Yeah, we're all gonna be trillionaires, rap. It's gonna be great.
That's real.
Again, understand one thing, which is that brain stopped functioning. We're not Canadians. That's the good news. We're not Canadians.
That's right.
No, this is what it is,
So-
dude. Gen Z votes for Democrats, their entire existence gets nothing. Votes Trump one election, becomes trillionaire.
Yeah, they all
Will
become
not elaborate
trillionaires.
further.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, actually, I believe it on one premise. I believe it on the premise of there's just such a high income disparity in this country that there's going to be a bunch of extremely wealthy, like the top 1% of like Gen Zers may actually get that rich. But that's under the premise that the economy continues as it's going. Right now, I'm under the assumption that Trump's going to win and we're going to keep winning and the MAGA agenda is going to win. And if that's the situation, then there should be less income disparity, honestly.
Well,
So I don't know about that.
This chart right here is part of the reason Trump did so good with young people. Look at this shit.
Yep.
Look at this.
Yep.
But the boomer generation hoarded all the money. That's what happened. They hoarded all the wealth, all the money. They screwed over future generations. And look at that. They have 55% of the wealth right now, or back in 2019. So it's probably even higher now with how much housing has gone up. Oh my freaking! Probably 70% now.
Yeah.
Look at this chart. This is insane.
Yeah, and they'd rather like spend it all before they die than like
Exactly.
have an inheritance.
And
Yeah.
I found the chart that I was looking for. Like, you can't make this
You know, they
up.
hoard it all, and then they have like one bad experience at a restaurant. And they're like, "You people want $15 an hour."
So, look at this. I want to hold on. Yeah. I want the next generation to enjoy my money while I'm still alive. 21% of wealthy boomers said yes to this. Compare that to 53% of millennials and 44% of Gen X. I want to enjoy my money for myself while I'm still alive. 15% of millennials said that. 11% of Gen X said that. 45% of boomers said that. I plan, and this is the funniest one, I plan to distribute some of my wealth during my lifetime. 97% of millennials and 97% of Gen X said yes. Only 56% of boomers said yes to this.
No.
Because distributing wealth to your children is communism.
They earn that money. Bullshit! Guys,
Yeah,
this is the biggest myth
It's
ever.
so funny how we basically live in a country that has aged communism.
We
Like,
do.
that's literally what we have.
It's literally just like, it's welfare for the boomers, and everyone else gets screwed.
Yeah, and if you dare talk about that, it's electoral suicide because young people don't vote.
Yeah, they earn that money. Guys, this is the biggest myth ever. They bought their houses when it was dirt cheap. They had a high-paying job 50, 70 years ago. They had a good pension. And now, they don't have to worry about any of that stuff now. They screwed everybody else over.
It's the offset benefits. You see, realize obviously globalism wouldn't have happened if it didn't benefit certain people, and people that owned real assets before they destroyed the economy did massively benefit. That's a lot of like wealthy boomers' wealth is in assets that they hold. Whether it's they bought a boat when it was affordable, or they bought a house when it was affordable, or they bought any other like maintaining asset. Whatever they bought, they maintain it, and that's all it is. So it's like with the money that we currently make, if I was in their era, I would afford all the exact same things. They've quite literally built an economy where we cannot afford the things that they were able to afford, and so no.
This is the first generation to ever do this, by the way. This has never happened ever. There's never been a generation this greedy, this selfish, and this like, what's the word for it? Like deranged? It's like, it's utter insanity that these people have destroyed. These are the same people, by the way, that shipped their jobs overseas. They supported that. This generation supported that crap in the 90s and 80s. They shipped your jobs overseas, imported the third world for cheap labor, and then made it impossible for you to buy a house because of it. So yeah, they bought their houses when it was dirt cheap. And they worked at a steel factory or whatever. Now they don't have those jobs.
And again, look, buying a cheap house does not make you an evil person.
Yeah.
Buying a cheap house and then gatekeeping every generation that follows you from doing the same thing, that's evil. Now, you can continue to argue about whether or not they understood what they were doing, because a lot of authorities were telling them, oh, this is going to be great, this is going to be good, don't worry. But like in honest to goodness, we understand like the patterns of the boomers, even when they were voting Republican. Even when boomers were primarily voting Republican, they were making bad decisions for the rest of the country. That's something you guys have to keep in mind.
And you got to remember the type of Republicans they were voting for. They weren't the base
exactly that's the whole point. Is that really like the country club Republican stereotype was genuine for quite a while. H.W. Bush, the W. Bush, that was the country club Republican Party. And they hollowed out middle America, and that's why. And the boomers don't even understand what they've done to younger generations. That's the primary issue. And listen, every single time we beat up on boomers, why are we beating up on boomers? Is it because we think that we're going to change them, or because that we want like them to do different things? No. We don't care. We don't think they'll change. We don't think anything's. But we crap on them so that people make better decisions for the generations that follow us. Because we have to make better decisions. Because we have to grow trees that other people will sit under the shade of. You get it? Like that's why that's the point. That's the exercise of crapping on boomers is they did not promote generational wealth. They did not promote the prosperity of future generations, and we want to do that. We explicitly want to do that.
Yeah. This whole system was, listen, the system, they were given a golden age in the 1950s and stuff. It wasn't perfect, obviously, but they had everything. They had a safer world, they had a prosperous economy, and they fucked it up. That's what happened. Now, again, it wasn't perfect back then, but they fucked it up. Let's see. Social Security is literally transferring wealth from the young to the old too. Well, the thing with Social Security was, it was a good idea to start, but what it has turned into now, it's a monstrosity. It's a monstrosity to deal with, and I don't know how you deal with it though. That's a problem, because you can't really gut Social Security because it's just not popular, and I disagree with that. But I don't know.
Well, at this point, Social Security really is this thing where I think everybody in their 20s and 30s, whether they're Republican or Democrat, they just see it as a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
They see it as a giant scheme, no matter what the intention was back when it was first made. I have contentions about that, but whatever the intention was, now young people look at it and they're like, well, the system's not going to exist when I'm old. It's just a reality. Anybody who's read even for 5 minutes about this knows that I'm I'm not getting a Social Security check. So it's just like one of those things where you want to turn into an issue. Like Democrats are like texting all of their millennial voters and like Zoomer voters like you need to be concerned right now. You need to fight and rally. They're going to take away Social Security. Well, number one, the Trump administration's not doing that. But number two, why would your young base care? Why would your young
I
like
think
your
a lot
young
of those millennials are probably being like, big if true, let's go, let's fucking go. I'm gonna vote Trump. Like,
Yeah, that's
probably what they're
right. It's like, oh yeah, Trump wants to get rid of Social Security. I'm gonna vote for that guy. I'm gonna vote for him.
Democrats have had genuine contempt for old people for decades upon decades at this point. And most of them have treated old people as if they deserve to be dead right now. So it's like maybe they care about them more because the boomers are going to be voting more liberal than the young people now. So maybe that's why they all of a sudden care about old people. But I promise, like the average like millennial or Zoomer does not care. They think they've been given an unfair trade between the older generation and us.
Chance Drazik for two. Boomers were in the GOP for like 30 years, I swear. Oh, they did. They freaking destroyed the party.
Yeah.
They did, well, not just the party, but America itself. So, great. Alright. This is the biggest problem with democracy. Sometimes there are things that they have done but would be electoral suicide, like changing / ending Social Security. That's a problem. I mean, I don't know how you deal with that. Like,
Hey guys, can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, it's time to work it down. All right, we have a New York City mayor poll.
Oh gosh, what is it? Who's leading?
Cuomo.
Okay, Cuomo.
Wait,
Oh
what
my-
happened?
New York
What
City
happened?
mayor primary poll. Eric
Oh,
Adams is at 6%.
I thought for a split second it was Wisconsin Supreme Court. I was like, should I be worried?
Mamdani's at. Oh, I called it. I freaking called it.
Yeah, the communist is going to get more votes than Eric Adams.
He's surging. He's at. Oh my. Is he?
I can't believe I'm gonna be rooting for Andrew Cuomo
You
in
have
that
to.
prime.
You have to root for Cuomo in this race because yeah, he's not the best, but
Wasn't the other guy in this city to own all the stores?
yeah,
Like,
he was all over the stores and he's trying to start a fist fight with Tom Homan. It's like this guy's a nut job, and there's a chance that we end up with that guy as mayor. Oh my gosh! Please no! Please no!
vote Cuomo. I'm a Cuomo nationalist.
You have to. The enemy of my enemy is my best friend. You gotta vote for Cuomo here.
I'm an Andrew Cuomo conservative.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Congress to tell someone no. The next generation, what they're doing now, the elderly, the banks, what? Oh yeah, that's another thing. Congress gotta stand up and like stop some of this shit, but yeah.
Welcome to the big year 2025, where Andrew Cuomo is running an anti-immigration campaign against a Muslim communist. Welcome to 2025, everyone.
Andrew Cuomo. That's why I'm supporting him. I don't like him, but he's running on like good stuff. But alright, everybody. Alright. If anyone got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, comments, send them now. Last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats. And hold up, we got breaking news. We have breaking news on the courts. Hold up, Eric Daughtry. Okay, breaking. We have a legal victory for once. Breaking. Legal victory alert. This Ninth Circuit has just overturned a judge's ruling requiring Trump to continue refugee admissions. Trump may now proceed with pausing them entirely. W's in chat. Wow, thank you.
Mass deportations now.
It
Let's
begins.
get it
true.
done.
It begins, ladies and gentlemen.
Deport.
So they are cutting. Yeah, we got a big legal victory here. Good. Good. So this deals with refugees. It's a Ninth Circuit. So,
Raph, are you a legal scholar?
no. All right,
You should be.
dude, your mic sucks.
Well, I just went into a fucking valley, okay? I'm in
Oh,
Minnesota.
okay. Let's see. W for the Ninth Circuit. Yeah, isn't the Ninth Circuit the most liberal one? Let's see. I think it is. Ninth Circuit.
I think it is.
Yep, it is. It's California.
Oh.
Yep. All right. So, yeah, we actually got a big win here. All right, if anyone have any more questions or whatever, send them now. Last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats.
Did you guys hear about the progressive woman running for Congress in Chicago?
Oh yeah, and like that shitty like ad or whatever. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so she's like I don't know if she's a YouTuber, but like she kind of acts like one. What's her name? Kat Hazale. Apparently, she's a carpetbagger. She doesn't even live in the district.
Of course.
She only moved to Illinois less than a year ago. You saw her in like her room. She has like the keffiyeh or whatever
Yeah.
in the background, like the Palestinian scarf, not American flag. Also, the other thing, and this is probably the funniest thing. This is going to completely kill her campaign. She basically promised to not do TV ads.
Good luck.
Yeah. So.
All right, everybody. Glitch Eevee for 2. Clones of Luke have arrived from portals. Real. All right, I do gotta get going, everybody.
And she's running against like probably a 40-year incumbent or something. I don't know.
Bruh. All right, so we'll see you guys in the next stream video, wherever you see us at. I do gotta get going. Yeah, this whole Trump scandal's not a scandal. It's bullshit.
And you still have 1 week to donate to Brad, so get your bank account and donate. Get
All right.
Brad enough money to finish this out.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next stream video, wherever you see us at.